Welcome back. We are now here in the storage area again. And yeah, for a lot of the project what happens is I suddenly run out of glass, and then I switch and look for sand and start smelting it, or gather sand and start smelting it, and then go back to the project. But it's quite an interruption whenever I realize that I'm missing glass. And I was thinking of what I could improve. At the moment, my system is set up that we have bulk storage here, and then afterwards the items, if they are not stored, they are put into the smeltery and then into this individual storage here. So yeah, with this setup, if I, for example, would as of now, the sand is in the storage, in the bulk storage, so the sand is never reaching the smeltery, so it never produces automatically any glass. So when I put new sand in the system, yeah, it's not gonna do it. I could put the smeltery first and then put the bulk storage and the individual storage, so I could change the order here. However, then in the smeltery, obviously the sand would be smelted to glass, but yeah, I would not have access anymore to sand, which I may also need for some projects some future time. And I was thinking a bit about it, because it seems like the sand is the only problem, because with the smeltery, normally, for example, I have iron stuff, which I just need to be melted to iron, or food, unprocessed food, which needs to be cooked. So I never really use uncooked food or anything, so it's okay that always the smeltery is triggered. But sand and glass is somehow different, because kinda I want to have both. And yeah, it's at the moment quite manual. I have to always think of, when I have sand, to every now and then smelt some sand to have glass. And if I forget, then yes, I'm interrupted in the project. So yeah, this is basically the idea to fix this problem now. So what we want to do is we switch this out here, and we switch this out. So the idea is, so we have both sand, not sandstone, sand, sand, and glass in the system, in the bulk storage area. And what we're gonna do is build a little contraption that compares both containers. And if, for example, I start taking out a lot of glass here, and there's still a lot of sand available, then this contraption should take out sand, melt it, smelt it, and put it here, so that I always have roughly a balance of sand and glass available. So I'm now behind the storage area, and you see here it's a classic bulk storage system. I will put, as you've seen from the other side, I will put sand in one side and glass on the other one, because here we have, in the corner, we have a little bit of room to measuring the content of the chests, while we would have in between here, it would be a bit difficult to reach the chest content. So also just here, let's quickly put, just so that we don't forget, so glass will be stored here, and sand will be stored here. Okay, so now the idea would be to compare how much we have glass, how much we would have sand. We will only compare the bottom chests. Of course, this could be full stack here and full stack, but yeah, if the bottom chest is balanced, this is already a good starting point. Yeah, so what we will do is we will compare. Let's put this like this. And we will probably want to have wood later on, So we can take the output from here, and we take the output from here. Maybe not from here, maybe from here. So it says basically now that we have some sand, which is correct, but we don't have any glass, which is also correct. So now if I take out some of the sand, and if I would start putting in the glass, so now we have more glass than sand, then the lamp glows. Because this is weaker, the signal is weaker, so glass is stronger, we have more glass, so the lamp is on. And so then now smelting should stop. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, let's get some more redstone. So and I was thinking about also two alternative designs. Now, for example, there's enough glass in comparison to sand. So what could happen is that we just keep on filtering here the sand until this is more full or fuller than this one, and then it reverses. And then we just maybe block this hopper up here so that sand is not filtered here anymore, and then it can be smelted. The downside of such a design with blocking the hopper is we would need to wait for more sand to come into the system until the balance of sand and glass is achieved. So I'm thinking about a bit different design here, that we basically now, when we realize the other way, that we don't have enough glass here and we have a lot of sand. I can put sandstone in here as well for now. That we now start immediately smelting. And we could do that by now putting a hopper here below. I hope there's nothing below here. And start pulling out items here. Sand, smelt it, and put it back into this chest until a rough equilibrium is reached. Okay, I derped here a little bit. I forgot. I was wondering why is the sand not going in here, and yeah, actually what is that it's the other way around. So rarely do it with the oven. The coal needs to come from the side, so the fuel needs to come from the side, and the to be smelted item from the top. So I have to reverse this system here. Oh. Okay, another change of plan. So instead of building another water elevator up here, I have already a lot of water elevators and space constraints. So well, of course also water and redstone doesn't go too well with each other, so we decided not to put another elevator in here, but simply to drop it into a water stream and fill it back down to this water stream, which is used already for plenty of inputs, and from here it goes down to a single collection point, and then basically the items re-enter the whole storage system again. So this is the basic water stream where all items come through, and I think I will simply put it into the glass into this stream, which will then elevate it up again, put it into storage again. So that saves a lot of space and makes it a lot easier for me here. Of course, then the glass even takes a bit more time until it is reaching and coming through the system and is getting into the chest for comparison. So yes, we overproducing a little bit more glass even than we had before, but this should be okay. So yeah, so we will simply drop it in here. Let's have a look. This is a dropper, right? Yes. So we take it out from here, and then we need to make this a water stream here. I also, what I learned the hard way, you probably know it already, is to make all water streams also out of glass, because at least for me sometimes it's very difficult to, you know, you dig through somewhere and suddenly you dig into water and all your redstone is gone. Happened to all of us, I guess, but yeah, now I like to take this bit of extra time to how many spots do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, that would be perfect. Wow. Okay. We'll also close this off. We need water in here, of course. This should flow directly up to the end. Perfect. So now we just need to check if there are any items in here, and then run a small clock for this dropper. So what we, I think, can do here is just measure the output. Measure the output here, and then run a small comparator clock. Like so. Okay, let's see if we now drop in an item here. Okay, the clock starts ticking, which is good. Now we just need to also power the piston. I think I can do this just... Can I put redstone here? Oh no, I can't. So this would be an option to put the redstone like this. An alternative is to also staircase up here, because obviously this will also yeah, that's maybe simpler. So we go like this, and like so. Okay, now if anything is produced, it's gonna be put down into the central water stream, which will bring it up here again, bring it over here, and then this glass will fall down here, slowly increasing the amount of glass we have here. And then at some point of time, yeah, the signal will be strong here because there's a lot of glass. And if there's a lot of glass, especially if it's more than also sand we have, then this is powered on, deactivating this hopper here, and yeah, stopping the cycle basically. And then more or less sand and glass should have equal amounts. We will overproduce a little bit of glass, but in principle then that when I start taking out plenty of glass for a project, it immediately starts furnishing some of the sand, so I'm less likely to run out of glass so easily as in the past. So then let's give this system as well a test, I would say. Do we need this here? No, we don't. And also let's put in a proper block here. So okay, I think this is fine. I will clean up here a little bit and then we give the system a check. Okay, as you can see by my shovel, I've been in this desert and gathered up, well, that not, but those two here, gathered up some sand, and this is current glass status. So let's see as well that yeah, we now add a lot of sand, and then also smelting should start. Okay, so as we can see, yeah, sand is slowly taken out, and we heard also the click. Maybe we can see it from here. No, it's a bit a pity. We can't see, but yeah, we'll see the. Why is this clock running if there's nothing inside? So now it seems working. So yeah, it seems that somehow if the block above the dropper is powered like this, like I did before, it actually didn't spite out the item. I don't know actually why. I was quite sure that this is supposed to work, but yeah, it didn't. So now let's have it like this. Also, we can see that the furnace is running. And slowly, it will take a while. More and more. We have 31 now, or 34. More glass should come in, and then the process should automatically stop, and more or less sand and glass should be equal. So as you can see, the oven has now stopped working. There's enough glass to fire this redstone, blocking any further input here. And let's have a look as well on the result. So it should be more or less even, with a slight favor towards glass. So here we have okay, 2 rows and 2 stacks, and here we have 2 rows and 4 stacks here. So this is more or less even at the moment. Yeah, so this is quite good, actually what I wanted. I will only do a small modification, I think, here, because I thought about it. That means if I put in a lot of sand, which will fill in here, 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 and here, it cannot go so fast to the furnace, because the furnace is slow. And what might happen is that actually all the sand is full here, and this one empties. But still, we could produce a bit more glass. So what I will do is just it's the final step: connect this chest here to this chest, and also then yeah, you will see. Let's quickly go through here. Let's grab at least one hopper. So what I want to do is the bottom one here I will connect like this, and so we measure still from this chest. So we're comparing a single chest now against a double chest of glass. So this will favor glass production a little bit, because this is easier filled, and then if it's filled, then obviously then this should be preferred. So let's have a look. There's nothing in the chest. Let's give this an update. Okay, or do we still have a little bug here? Let's have a look. So this gives, yes, this is off, and now this fills in, and this one doesn't start yet. Why? Ah, it's sandstone. Okay, there's a little bit of sandstone still in here. Let's take this out. Okay, so now yeah, glass is favored 2 to 1 because here's just a single chest and there we have a double chest. And also if the one above it fills with sand, we have no more capacity to also refill the glass. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will now just put a bit more sand in the system. But yeah, it's, I think, very beneficial. As soon as I then for a project, just start taking out sand, glass, more glass will be produced, and so it should happen less often that I run out of glass in between the projects. I am back in the snowy biome, and yeah, so one of the next projects I would like to do is to get from my house down to the farms, and all this stuff is a bit tedious at the moment. I have this walkway which doesn't look very well, but it's, as you can see, it's a bit yeah. Then I can go here, and here's this mob sorter, and even if I would go to the loading, to the shulker loader, I would need to go this way between creepers. So yeah, these walking paths are not very well at the moment. So what I want to do is build a new way down here. Yeah, I was looking around, so probably the first downward elevator, if I can even call it like that, would be here probably, and I will probably make two, one to go to the mob sorter and the other one to go to the shulker loader. Especially downwards, it simplifies a lot. Also, the just making two, then I don't have to mess too much with redstone contraptions to decide. And also I will make, of course, a way from downwards to upwards. But at least for the downward one, I think one of the fastest methods still is simply falling down. So yeah, it will be a falling elevator, so to say. Okay, I got now a hole dig down. I used as well some of the white and blue colors here as well. And actually there's also one ravine below, so we will fall through ravine, but it should be fairly fast. It's we at Y level 81 at the moment, and let's see how fast we can go down. I will also put on the torch, and now we are at Y level 9. So it's, I think, the fastest method still to go down is simply fall. We have here one pressure plate and I think 3 level of water, yeah, to remove all the fall damage. And now we are basically at the ground level. This is still a mess. It needs to be made a bit nicer at some point of time, but at least now we can access here in case we want to check something, or if we want to extend the system a little bit. At least this way we can come down quickly. So of course we also don't want to leave it just a hole here in the floor. We will of course cover it up with a slab and make it possible to open and close this downward elevator, downward fall shaft. So let me think here also on how to do that. I think this extends, and we have this block here, and we need to pull over the block here and here, so we need, I think, a bit more space. Oh, this could be interesting here. So this could be so then we have this block here, and now we need to power both of those. I don't have redstone here on me. Let's get some redstone. Okay, so then these both are powered at the same time, and see if we can make this work here live on camera. So we need to, yes, so I think like this. So and if we give it now power, okay, this one didn't extend, so should it not extend? Okay. Okay. Ah, okay, I think I have to have a solid block here. Yeah, this should work. Well, now it's closed from the top, and if I remove it, it retracts and opens the shaft, which I then have to open again. And now we need some kind of activation mechanism here. Yeah, every house has to have some kind of hidden mechanism. I'll think about it a second and then come up with something. So to make the first secret elevator here, I connected the mechanism with a torch. I connected it up to this pressure plate here, and also rearranged the room a little bit. Yeah, so this is beginning of this little workroom here, and if I now walk onto the pressure plate, the door should open, as you can see here. And yeah, this is the first secret elevator we will have in this house. We will do more, but for this episode I think it's fine, and I'm sure next episode we will do more of that. Yeah, please leave a like if you think this is interesting for you, and yeah, let's now just jump for the final check that it also works. Bye bye.